So what does the slope and the y-intercept mean in the context of the situation? So what I did is I took a look at the slope, and the slope is 0.122, and remember the rate is it's per 100,000 people for every additional cigarette. So the slope tells us that for every additional cigarette increase in the per capita sales rate of cigarettes, I didn't like the way I worded that, but anyways, for every additional cigarette, an additional 122 people will die. And what I did is I just took this and multiplied it by 1,000. I'm realizing now I should have multiplied it by 100,000. So what is that going to be? That's going to be an additional, let's add 2 zeros to this. So an additional 12,200 people will die. And then the y-intercept tells us that when the sales rate is 0, 100,000, and that's what the y-intercept is, right? So multiply that by 100,000 also. And there's 108,600 people will die from bladder cancer. Another typo, bladder cancer. So does that, the slope is probably reason, I mean, that makes sense for the problem. The y-intercept 0 is way outside the data range, so we don't know what's happening down there. So really, in the context of this problem, the y-intercept doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, I mean, it's not a very accurate measure because we don't know if this continues that linear trend. Another extrapolation kind of issue. We're just using it to make predictions in between our data points.